Hello and welcome to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. And today we have with us Valerie Handy, who is here to talk about the AfricanAmerican Heritage Music Festival, which will be on Saturday, June 17th. Valerie, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Okay, first of all, hello. I'm Valerie Poston Handy. Most people know me by my maiden name, which is Poston, and I am from the Humboldt City Schools.
Okay. You
I grew up
in
there.
Okay.
And I graduated from Lambeth College.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do in the community? What made you? Well, before I go into all that, I want to say that we don't just have Valerie here. We have her grandson here with her also. And his name is Elijah, and we want to say hello to Elijah, too, because he's an avid listener. So I'm glad to have him in the studio with us right now. Before we continue on, I just wanted to say hello to him because he came in the studio and he said, "Hey, I know who you are. I listened to your show last Sunday." So we are glad to have a young man who's in here listening and learning about the community around him. So thank you for being here too, Elijah. So we're here today to talk about the African American Heritage Music Festival, and I want Valerie to tell us how this all came to be. Is this the first one? Is this the first?
Absolutely. This is the very first festival, and we're very excited about it. The Mayor Sykes of Humboldt, actually saw me at my church, Morning Star Baptist Church, and I play the African drums.
Okay.
And he says, "Why aren't you doing this for the Strawberry Festival?"
Mm-hmm.
And I replied, "Why aren't we having a festival
for the city
in our community,
right.
the African American community?"
Right.
Because I've lived away for a while. I've lived in Baltimore the last 10 years. So when I moved back, I was wondering, well, where are the festivals? So he kind of paired me with the Vice Mayor, Leon McNeil, and says, well, he has an idea for that too. So if you'll bring me something in writing, let's see what we can do about it. And the next week, I was at the mayor's house in his office with something in writing with a plan for a festival.
How long ago was this?
I took him the plan in November of last year, in November. Okay. And we've been working together ever since.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Why did you think it was important to have this festival, a festival like this in the community? Well,
Humboldt, just like a lot of the small towns, we no longer have a lot of different activities in the African American community. We have them in the towns, like the Strawberry Festival. It happens up downtown Humboldt.
Right.
But festivals within the community are not happening. And I saw so much of that when I lived in Baltimore. I just wanted to see some of that happen in that community.
Right.
And I just think it's such a great thing for our community to have festivals that empower us, that talk about our culture and educate our children about the history of our community.
Right.
I just wanted to see it happen.
Do you think that is a factor in some of the things that we see now in the news as far as among young people and violence and a disregard for life, that they not aware of where they come from and the pride they should have in their culture?
I think it's a big factor. And I think the more times that we gather together and share information with our young people and they see us interact with each other in a social setting and also an educational setting, I think we give them what they need to move forward.
Right, right. So who is this festival for? Is it just for the teenagers? Is it for the adults? Is it for the older generation? Who? And is it just for African Americans, or is it for everyone to come and learn?
I think it's for everyone to come and learn. I think it's for families, young and old. I think it's we have things set up for everyone, but I think it would really benefit all those that live within our community, within the surrounding area, just to come out and see and listen to the music and and look at the crafts and ideas and taste the food that we have in our community, and just get to know some of the vendors, because people don't really know some of the talents that we have right within that little small community.
Right, right. That's true. Many times our gifted go other places because they're not noticed in their own hometown.
Right.
And they go out looking for, hey, I'm here. I've always been here. I've always been able to do this. How come you all didn't notice me? And Humboldt has such a rich history. Who's helping put on this festival? Who is it sponsored through?
Well, of course, the city of Humboldt, and through the Tom and O.E. Stigall Museum.
Okay.
And library. It's a library and a museum, which was founded by Reverend J.T. Freeman.
Okay.
We'll be helping to sponsor this event.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What was their reaction when you? I know what you said. The city of Humboldt said, but what was the museum's thought or process when you approached them with this?
Oh, they were elated. Mm-hmm. Really, they had. I think they had wanted to have something like this, maybe in the past, and just hadn't come into fruition.
Right.
And so when the idea was presented to them, they were saying, okay, so what can we do? What do we need to do? How can we help? Right. And really, everybody has been so supportive of the idea of having the festival. We have other sponsors that have come forward to help us, the Baskervilles.
Okay.
Directors of Distinctions. Mm-hmm. Yes, very, very supportive in bringing talent to the community and participating in the barbecue cook-off contest as well.
So it's a barbecue cook-off contest.
Yes.
All right.
We're excited about that one.
All right. How much is the festival?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free to the public. You just come on and bring your lawn chairs and bring your families. Now, everything in there you'll have to pay for, but admission is totally free.
Wow, that's
just
awesome.
Come and enjoy the day.
That's awesome, because there are a lot of festivals that happen in this area that you usually have to pay a little bit to get in there, but it's free.
It is free.
Wow.
It is free.
You all heard that? It's absolutely free. You better go. And this is one day only, right?
One day only, starting at 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay. And at 10:30 we have our opening ceremony, and we're going to have Dr. Charles Clark.
Okay.
He's going to be opening our ceremony for us, and we're going to have some drumming and some dancing and a tribute to our ancestors and a little information about the community and area. And this is going to take place immediately after the renaming of the street to Reverend J.T. Freeman Street at the museum. The museum is just one block up from where the festival actually takes place. And that morning at 9, they'll be having a renaming ceremony there, and they'll come from the museum down to the festival grounds.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to talk more about the festival when we come back. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back in just a few moments. Hello and welcome back to Hub City Now. We are here with Valerie Handy, who is here talking with us about the African American Heritage and Music Festival, which is going to take place Saturday, June 17th at 6th Street Park and the Stigall Center. And the time is from 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the best part about it is that it's free to get in. Everything else, the food and other merchandise and stuff, you're going to have to pay for. But at least you can get into that festival for free and learn more about African American heritage, listen to some great music, taste some great food. And Valerie's going to tell us a little bit more about what you can expect at this festival, the first annual African American Heritage and Music Festival. What else can listeners expect to see and experience when they come here?
Okay, well, they're gonna probably smell the food and hear the music before they can even walk into the festival grounds. They can expect to see a really, really nice barbecue cook-off contest going on. We've got some teams lined up that all the chefs think they're the best cooks ever, so that's going to be great.
Now, are these cooks just here in West Tennessee, or are they all over the United States?
Well, right now, this is right within our community.
Okay.
These people live within our community,
Okay.
and so they're kind of challenging one another for
Right.
who's going to have bragging rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're going to have some categories that are going to be judged. They're going to be judged on the showmanship and the best setup, the best chicken, the best sauce, and the most unusual barbecued item.
Oh, okay.
Like some of the guys say, well, I have something I put on the grill that nobody else does. And,
oh, my goodness.
and
We're going to see some alligators and some turtles or something.
We're going to see exactly what they have. We're going to have, there's a separate youth village.
Okay.
And we have youth activities just for our youth. We're going to have an old-fashioned jump rope and hula hoop contest.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to be giving out prizes. We're going to have a youth fashion show, ethnic fashion show, which I'm really looking forward to. Miss Tiffany Glenn is going to be over the fashion show.
Okay.
There's going to be Ekpe percussion and storytelling. He's coming out of Memphis, sponsored by Baskervilles.
Okay.
And he's going to be doing some drumming. I also drum, and I'm hoping I'll get a chance to drum with him.
Okay.
We're going to have gospel on our gospel stage. It's going to feature Miss Anita Ozier McKinley.
Okay.
She's a native of Jackson,
Okay.
and she just happened to have married a guy from Humboldt, Tennessee. But she has a beautiful voice, and we're just looking forward to hearing her. And Mr. We have some other local, Jerry Allen is going to be performing at that time.
Okay.
And also,
I saw your flyer that Candy Soul, and I had the opportunity to interview her, I believe, last year.
yes.
And I heard she's pretty good, too. So you'll have her.
She is, and she's an R&B and neo soul and with gospel roots.
Right.
Yes.
Let's see. You also, they're going to have games. They're going to have chess, horseshoes, badminton, volleyball, cards, and, of course, dominoes.
Yes.
Great food and delicious desserts by Sweet Divas. Health screening and information and hospitality at the Stigall Center. And you're also going to have a youth talent show.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have like time frames for the different events? Is there a main stage or anything like that?
There is a main stage,
Okay.
and we do have a schedule of events that will take place. The vendors will be there throughout the day,
Right.
but there is a schedule of events starting from the opening all the way through the day. So like from 2 to 4 will be our gospel stage, will be on fire, and then we'll have R&B and neo soul. We will have Candy Soul there.
Okay.
We'll also have a band, 731 band,
Okay.
and they do old school, they do a little blues and a little jazz.
Okay.
So we're just looking forward to a day full of music and fun.
Right. What was I going to say? And there are still openings for anybody who would like to be do a business or individual sponsorship. They're available. Is it $200?
Well, we'd like for our individuals or businesses to at least sponsor $200, but we'll take any donation that you would like
Right.
to give to this first festival. But that's what we're asking. And we're also going to have arts and crafts with Miss Evelyn Baskerville. She's going to have arts and crafts for adults and for children in making mudcloth design.
Okay.
We're going to put together a big quilt and keep that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the other thing. I wanted you to talk about Dr. Freeman who he is.
Well, Dr. Freeman, I'm just going to tell you what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up hearing his name all the time, and I saw him and met him because I was am a member of Morning Star, and he was always there. Now, Dr. Freeman not only was a minister, he was a missionary. He was an educator. He was a visionary, and he wanted to see the best of Humboldt, and he put forth more than 150% effort in maintaining that. He helped build schools in Africa.
Wow.
And matter of fact, the spot where they're naming the street after Reverend Freeman, where the museum is, I grew up there as a little girl, right across from that ice factory at 9th Street. So it has personal meaning for me as well, and I'm just so happy to see this happening.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That's awesome. Let's see. There's so much. I'm looking at the list of things that are going to be going on. Motivational inspiration by Dr. Charles Clark and team.
Yes.
There's a lot. You all have to come out Saturday, June 17th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Stigall Center and 6th Street Park. And again, remember, it's free. You don't have to take off. It's a Saturday. You can just drive up to Humboldt and hang out and have fun and learn and meet new people. I'll save that for the next segment. I was going to ask you a little bit more about the festival, but we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more with Valerie Handy about the first annual African-American Heritage and Music Festival in Humboldt, Tennessee. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome back to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., and we are back again with Valerie Handy, who helped start the first annual African-American Heritage and Music Festival in Humboldt, Tennessee. And is the motto celebrating culture and community? Is that this year's theme?
That is our theme.
Okay, celebrating culture and community. And hey, we've been talking about the different things that you can expect there, the games, the musical entertainment, the barbecue cook-off. The teams will be judged on best sauce, best showmanship and setup, best chicken, best ribs, best beef, and most unusual barbecued or grilled dish. So just come out and enjoy yourselves. Hey, the food is safe to eat. It says all teams must follow guidelines for food service to the public, gloves, proper containers, hand sanitizers, warmers. Just come out and have a great time at a free festival. Learn about African-American culture and heritage. And you don't have to be black. You don't have to be African-American to come out and enjoy this. You can learn more about the people around you, things that you don't know, things. A lot of people say, well, I don't know if I could ask questions about this. This is your time. You can come out and ask all the questions you want and learn the things that you want to learn about African-American heritage. You're going to tell us a little bit more about who's going to be at the festival, some fraternities and sororities and school groups.
Yes, we've invited all the fraternities and all the sororities. As a matter of fact, the ladies of AKA will be hosting the youth village for the jump rope contest and the hula hoop contest. I believe that's going to be at 1:30, the ladies from AKAs. And I like to thank them in advance for their participation. And we're going to have the ladies from Delta.
Okay.
And I'm expecting as many as would like to participate because our children need to see them. They need to meet them.
That's right.
They need to know more about who they are. And I invite all of them to come. The NAACP will be there registering people to vote. I think the president in Humboldt is Red Porter, and they're going to be there giving out information and asking people to join the NAACP. Mm-hmm. In our community, we have a high number of biracial children that live in our community. That's right. And it would be a really, really great time to bring them all together and learn more about one side of their heritage and their culture. The museum is going to be there giving out educational materials and letting people know when they have tours at the Tom and O.E. Stigall Museum. Okay. And it's very informational. The Stigall Center itself is down there, and it's in a historic place for all those who know that Stigall was a school there before integration, and it was the last black school there. Right. So that place is going to act as our hospitality room, and they'll be having first aid, and they sell tea and lemonade and water. Okay. And if you get too hot, you'll be able to go into the Stigall Center and kind of cool off and
look around.
Come back and look around and see some of the programs that they have to offer.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you all don't want to miss this. This sounds amazing. Is there? I know the first annual festival hasn't even begun yet, but are there any talks about expanding the days? Like from 1 to 2, maybe?
Yeah, we would love to. We would
I don't
love
want
to
jump
expand
ahead,
the days. No, we would love to expand the days. We would love for people to just want it so much that, it's, we've got to make this a major event that we just run out of space in our community, that we need to go over another block and have it. So we're just really looking forward to people just coming out and being positive. And even if they have anything they would like to add to the festival next, I want to hear your ideas.
That's right.
I would love to hear from anybody who has an interest in the community.
That's right. And if you have any suggestions or anything, or you want to contact Valerie Handy, you can call 901-486-0373. That's 901-486-0373. Or you can email her at valerie.handy@yahoo.com. Let me spell that out for you. VALERIE HANDY@yahoo.com. You can also contact the Tom and O.E. Stigall Museum. You can call Leon McNeil at 731-337-3436. That's 731-337-3436. Again, this is going to be on 6th Street Park and the Stigall Center in Humboldt, Tennessee, on Saturday, June 17th, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Fun for the whole family, for everybody, just to get together and have fun, safe fun. Please don't go and act crazy. This is a time to learn and to get together and to learn from one another, and just to have fun in the community and meet people, become friends, and help this festival grow, because it's needed in that community. It's needed in every community. If anybody else who's listening to this has an idea of having an African American Heritage Festival in your community, do what Valerie did. Go to your city officials and say, hey, we need this. We need this right here in our community. You keep telling us that you want to solve crime and you want to keep our kids off the street and keep them from getting killed and getting shot or getting harassed by the police. Then, hey, what can you do? You have to figure out, what your community needs and do it. And all it took was her to go talk to the mayor and say, hey, we need this. Why don't we have this? So it only takes one person to say something, to raise their voice and to let that concern be known and let that solution happen. So we thank you for coming here and letting us know about this, and for taking the courage and the steps to make that happen.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell the viewers about the festival before we wrap up?
Just want to let them know that we're still in need of volunteers. If you'd like to volunteer and help, I would love to have you. Please contact me. And I just want to thank Tony for the opportunity. And
pleasure.
You're invited as well. Just come out and enjoy yourself. We'd love to have you.
I'll be there. And you can go to our Facebook page, Hub City Now, and find the flyer on there. It has contact information and everything on there, so you can contact Valerie. Just make sure you come out and enjoy yourselves. Put your family in the van, in the car, in the truck, and just head on to Humboldt and have fun and enjoy yourselves. And hopefully you'll get more than one day next year. Yeah. So thank you all so much for listening to Hub City Now. Thank you to our sponsors, the City of Brownsville, R&R Custom Wheels and Tires Express, Baskerville Funeral Home, and Styles Menswear. We recorded this show on Wednesday, May 31st, and I'm happy to announce that I've just celebrated my 1-year anniversary of recording Hub City Now. Thank you. And I just wanted to take the time to thank our sponsors for sponsoring me. Most of all, thank God for allowing this opportunity to come my way. And thank you to the people who are behind the scenes, who helped edit the show, who got me on board, who took a risk on me doing this because I've never done this before. And I've enjoyed myself. It's been a real pleasure coming and speaking to you all every week and introducing you all to people and organizations in the community that are helping people and expanding our knowledge and giving us great information and helping us out. Thank you also to you, the listeners who started off as viewers and listeners. And maybe one day we'll be back on television. But thank you all for listening each and every week. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Elijah because he came in here and said, "Hey, I know who you are. I listened to you." So that made me feel real good on this anniversary. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care of one another, and God bless.